Welcome to the Safari Frequency. I'm your host, Joseph Wanjeri. I'm here with
Noel Milanya.
So this is the first episode of the Safari Frequency. We are both in the tourism space. Personally, I am a safari manager. How we got into this space, it's a long story because we both have stories of how the ups and downs of making it to the place we are currently in the tourism space. So for myself, I never went to school for this. Well, I went to school for something similar, but the tourism aspect specifically, hiyo nimepatana nayo in the roots. Sijui kama ulisomeanga hizi vitu.
Mimi nilisomea, yes. I did tourism management. And yeah, I also growing up, of course I grew around, I grew in Kisumu and I grew along Lake Victoria, and growing up I liked adventure. I was a very adventurous boy.
Nice.
Yes. And yeah. Tell us more about how you...
So for me, what I went to school for was hospitality management. I know I said I didn't do anything tourism, but that is more hotel based, not travel based and safari based. So for me, I did hospitality management. Nikajaribu kufanya kazi kwa hoteli, hiyo mambo ikakata. Then I met someone where the company I work for right now met in Kilifi. I think how it was let's say easy mambos are preordained. But the passion for travel and tourism, how like exploring the adventure part of it, that one I got from an early age. Bado nikiwa kave tu venye ulikuwa an adventurous boy. Sami, the man I'm named after, my grandfather, my maternal grandfather, was a traveler. The guy used to give us stories of the places he's been to in this country, and I used to be fascinated by those stories, subconsciously. But ideally, because for him, what he used to do, they used to capture baboons back in the day for medical research.
Okay.
So
he was a researcher.
He was working for someone who was a researcher back in the day, some Australian guy. So they went to all corners of this country, how they used to go all the way to Congo, Uganda to get the baboons. I know there is some medical issues now that we are in the conservation space about the capturing of wild animals.
Yes.
But if you check your history back during the post-colonial times,
it was
the
hunting.
times,
Hunting was legal.
Was legal.
Yes.
So all the stories that he used to tell me, now I'm the guy who tells those stories in campfires and bushfires. And they are,
wow.
Yeah, like he was so into it that he lost this finger. I don't know whether they'll cancel us for showing this finger, but he lost this finger. Aliumwa na baboon ikidole. So
the middle finger.
Yeah, the middle finger. But hatukionyeshana huko atatucancel. But so yeah, the passion for travel was there. So what I wanted to do was animal medicine. Actually, what I applied to do in uni was animal medicine. I love animals. I loved animals for days. But sasa sisi tukijoin kuna ile KUCCPS, that placement system. So you used to choose the first three, what you want to do in 3 different universities, and then the last 3 different ones in different universities. Do you know which one they picked? The last one.
Tell us.
Ile ya mwisho number 6 yenye niliweka kujaza list. That's
which
what
was
hospitality management. Me hata after high school hospitality management, mimi niliona tu hospitality, nika google nikaona ni stories za hoteli. Sema acha tu niweke ijaze. So yeah, that's how I found myself in this space. But these are two there are some things that are just preordained. The universe charts the path for you, and that's how I found myself. So I was in Kilifi, met a guy called Wallace, very nice guy. He nurtured me into the tourism space, and since then I've been a bushman.
So do you like it?
Being a bushman?
Yeah.
Well, I always joke that I was born to be a bushman. You have any hairy, so I am equipped to survive in the bush. But yeah, I'd rather be in the bush than stay in the office. Well, as we talk about what we do, most of it, 90% or 80% of it happens in the office, because you have to get the clients to take to the bush, and the whole planning bit happens there. But I'd rather be in the bush than be in the office, because there's just kwanza space tu kai got two up listening to the wind and the birds. It's just, I love the bush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with you 100%.
Yes, sasa pia wewe uko equipped, tujue ni mrasta.
Mbaya sana. Bushman, always a bushman, a local man. That was a very interesting story about how you got into the space. I concur with you and I agree with you. For me, how I got into tourism, it's not different with your the way you got into it. Like I said initially, I was growing up along the lake, along Namlolwe.
Yes.
Not Lake Victoria.
Yeah, that's also, to cut you short,
yeah.
That's one of the things that we'll be talking about. The authentic, the reason why we're saying these are authentic stories, because Lake Victoria was not Lake Victoria.
Yes,
Lake Victoria became Lake Victoria in the early 1900s. Before that, what was Lake Victoria called?
What was Lake Victoria?
And there you have it, Namlolwe.
Yeah. The indigenous stories about our cultures and the things that make our culture, there's a lot of westernization in the naming of our natural resources, and I think that is what we also want to talk about in this podcast, to make it to tell the world about these things, and try to demystify some of these things,
Yeah, good stuff.
I grew up along Namlolwe, and I was a quite adventurous young man. Manze mimi nilikuwa napigwa, nilikuwa nabitiwa nikiwa myang, kwa sababu ilikuwa noma sana sisi kukuja kwa lake kuswim. Unaona, I remember one of the times after school we came to the lake to swim with a bunch of friends of mine. Normally umejua ukitoka shule unafaa kuenda home. Unaona,
sisi unaenda Dufumpara Road after shule.
Tunakuja Dufumpara Road, ilikuwa somewhere along Dunga hapa. So tunakuja, by then tulikuwa tunaishi hapo Nyalenda. We come, we do we swim inside the lake, and I remember there was a time we came across a crocodile. Karibu ishike one of us. And that is when we realized that of course there is danger in the lake, and we saw it's when it clicked the reason why tunaambiwanga usikuje kwa lake.
Mbona unapigwanga? Mbona madeni anapigia mabari ukitoka nini?
Manzi. Fast forward, I went to college. Mimi manze sikuenda uni mse benye nyinyi mna benye wewe ulienda.
That will is a story for another podcast. Whether that helped, like our, especially on the tourism space, other people can talk about other spaces, especially education wise, because I spent 4 years in uni, and I would be lying if I said your certificate nilikuwa chopi of sorts, but your certificate haijinipea kazi, because you see that, like I told you, I met someone nikiwa Kilifi doing my own things. Used to be an artist, also another in another life, used to draw. So Wales alikuwa anataka mtu akumpintia ofisi, akajua he picked niko na interest ya the tourism bit, and we hit the ground running. So hiyo party ya kwenda uni na kwenda kole,
another podcast
tutaongelea hiyo mambo juu.
So
the current education system that we have, or the one that we got, I don't know what the kids are doing these days, but what we got was did not prepare us for what we do, like
currently.
What we experience, the business side of it. That degree that I spent 4 years on, that applies sometimes like 10% of the time. So
another day,
yeah,
another episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've always been an average student, so that's why sikuenda uni. So I went to college. I enrolled into a college to do my diploma in tourism management, and yeah, here I am in the industry. I worked for some company after my college life, after my education, and then later I did freelance. I was a freelance tour guide in Kisumu. I traveled a lot around Kisumu, trying to map out destinations around Kisumu and Lake Victoria and in the entire western region. Because I love photography. I know you also like photography.
Yeah.
You know, and the passion grew over time, and I like that. After that long, I established my own business. Yeah, that we'll get to also talk about at large. Adventure Eco Trips. It's my baby. I like the baby
CEO
so
and
much.
founder.
Yes, CEO and founder. Yeah.
Nice. So talking of adventure eco trips and the safari frequency at large, well, for myself, like I said, I'm a safari manager. It's just a fancy title of saying operations manager. Like I'm in charge of the safari side of the business. I work with the souvenir safaris, and also how we got into Kisumu, because we are not Janam, we are not sons of the lake.
Yes.
But we came here some time back in, I think 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
And personally, that's also another story of how I got here, because I was not supposed to come and live here like for long. Supposed to come up out the place for a few 3 months, then go back to Kilifi, because I did my uni in Kilifi. I lived in Kilifi for years. Siulizi accent iko wapi, hata mimi sijui, ilikataa kukuja. But
accent ijakukubali,
ilikataa tu. Iliachia my mother and my siblings want to wako na hiyo accent. So the reason why we are starting this conversation around the safari frequency.
Yeah.
Saizi hapa tu, before we started shooting, as we were setting up, so the guy who manages this place, actually by the way, where we are shooting it's called Dunga Hill Camp.
The world famous.
The world famous. If you're ever in Kisumu,
yes,
check out Dunga Hill Camp.
Yeah. And before you just proceed,
let's
just tell them how the environment here typically feels.
Yeah, like you can see from the set.
Yes,
we're having conversations
outdoor
by the lake.
By the lake. And the winds are gusting. We are having a lot of birds chirping around, and it's just scenic. It's just fresh, and
the air, it's just peaceful.
Yes,
there's some fishermen behind us there doing their stuff.
Yeah,
it's just the best place for you to decongest when in Kisumu. It's one of those joints. Ina si hidden gem, juu ni world famous. Tukisema ni hidden gem tunadanganya.
Yeah,
but it gives you a bush vibe in the city, because it's like 5 minutes, 10 minutes from the Kisumu CBD.
Yeah.
So like I was saying, the safari frequency is centered around demystifying how we as Kenyans at large, and the people who are in this tourism space, look at tourism and how we handle it. Our experience, we will be sharing our experiences, because like personally na pia Noel, niko sure we have stories. Kuambia some of the crazy stories we get from the bush, stories we pick up, our personal experiences in the bush.
Yes,
we'll demystify some of these things,
and also experiences that we have with our clients.
Yes,
the stories that we get from our clients and how they shape the safari ecosystem, you know. And that is what we want to do in this podcast. And we will be hosting also other people, other stakeholders. We'll be hosting our clients. We will be doing setups everywhere in the bush.
by the lake, by the
by
beach.
the lake, by the beach.
Tukienda hot air balloon huko juu.
Yes.
Anywhere. Because this is it's going to be a safari themed thing.
Yes.
So if you love travel and adventure and the outdoors, we also do hiking. Loads of hiking. Nikikuja huko I was not a hiker. Like, that's all. We'll talk about how
your experience in
moving around has changed our perspectives about life and at large, apart from the money side of it. So like I was saying, before as we were setting up, I was explaining why we are starting this safari frequency thing. The guy who manages this place Dunga Hill campus here, na ule anashangaa huyu mrasta na huyu msi akona mandevu, mnafanya nini huku? Mbona mna set? Then we told him what we are doing, and we will host him one of these days, because he has some very good pointers about the current state of affairs with the tourism sector in Kisumu.
Yes.
Because he's a local guy from here.
And he really gave us some good insights. His own perspective of how things should be running and what needs to change and stuff. And then I think that is another episode for another episode.
We'll be hosting him. He has a very different perspective, because without we are in the tourism space, we know what troubles the tourism sector. But he has plus he looks like someone who's been around for quite a while, so he knows his stuff. So we'll be talking about authentic African stories. What kind of stories? The stories. I was in the Masai Mara the other day, and I got a different side, a different experience of. I've been going there for the past, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, and I went to a different side that I've never been to before, where it was in a conservancy, and they gave me a different experience, a more authentic experience, because also here we will tutapeana some things that happen in this industry that are not okay. So might get some backlash from the big wigs in this industry,
and there's a lot
that
needs to be changed.
And I guess you can affect sound, but because why I'm saying about the Maasai thing is because if you've been to the Masai Mara, but if you've been to the coast, at the airport, Jomo Kenyatta, when people land, and I'm sure you've heard these things. Jioni Kambau amagoni Njoroge amevaa shuka. Well, in the Masai Mara it's not like that, but there are these villages that you go to that feel staged. So getting to see the actual stuff from it's not staged, it's not like it's the way things are in reality.
Yes. The authentic side of the Maasai culture and community and the village itself. I remember, sorry to cut you short.
No worries.
Yeah, I remember there was some time back. Of course, I've also gone to Masai Mara some couple of times, you know. I remember there was a time I took some clans to Masai Mara, and then we visited the Maasai village. They refused to get inside the community because it was feeling like staged, you know. And there are clans who always refused to do the Maasai experience, the Maasai village experience, because they feel that it's not so authentic, it's not so lively, it feels staged, it feels they feel extorted, kinda, you know. And I think there's much that needs to be done so that we have that rawness.
Yeah, but I think for the Masai Mara, that one, we have like 10 episodes for Masai Mara, because there's so much that's happening in that park. It's the Kenya's jewel. If you ask anyone, safari naendaga wapi huku, they will tell you Masai Mara. It's a beautiful place. If you've not been to the Masai Mara, please do. But there is a lot to talk about the Masai Mara. It won't fit to this introductory episode, because there is so many things from over tourism, conservation, culture, the government policies. It's just a whole ballpark of things that needs more time. but we will be giving you some insight to why the Masai Mara, the things that from our own experiences that need adjusting and checking into, and also the beauty. We'll tell you the beauty of it. So it's not a criticizer. We not tutakuwa tu tunachomea watu. We will not just be criticizing. We'll be giving you the proper venye vitu ziko kwa ground. Sisi na ule mzee wa masikio kwa ground. Tuko but anyway,
I mean, we will not be sugarcoating anything.
That's the whole point.
And we will be also trying to give solutions on how we feel the things needs to change and needs to be corrected, and our own perspective that will also influence the policies around safaris and around tourism, not only in Kisumu, not only in Western Kenya, but in the entire continent, country and continent.
Because like it says, it will be an African thing. But also another thing that we'll be talking about is the current statistics of tourism. Just not going into details, because we are not even sure how they do those statistics. But I was having a conversation with someone. They were asking me why I've not been to many countries. Ya kwanza ni pesa, but ya pili, I feel like we have not, this country, like we've been planning to go north for the longest. And also the logistics of traveling inside the country to, like, there's a lot that this country has that I feel like I need to exhaust first before I start thinking about other countries. I've been to one or two other neighboring countries and they are beautiful. But we have a lot inside here that we will be showing you, because like he said, this is the first episode we're shooting it here. The next one unaweza tupata tuko kwa forest mahali, ama tuko
Chalbi Desert,
ama tuko kwa desert, ama tuko tu kuko Wasonyiro. So we'll be taking you around as we give you these stories. And also a very important part that you will realize along as we move along, it will be centered around, because he's a young business, munajitangaje? A young business owner.
Yes.
CEO and founder. And I'm also a young guy in the tourism industry. And I think there's a conversation that we need to have around the young guys in this industry. Because it's an industry that's been, if you look at the most, also I think it happens everywhere, but the most successful businesses or safari companies, just to put them in that basket, need old money. So exactly. Sisi kupenya kama vijana, we'll also be talking about how we survive and how we do it.
And it's a whole topic, man.
It's a whole topic, man. Yes. It's also another myth. Ukiona nimepost niko mahali kunakaa mambo ya kituristi, I don't have money. Okay?
Wewe umeenda kazi buda.
Mimi niko kazi. That's the first myth that we are demystifying. And also we'll be giving you the perks of working in the tourism industry. Because like now for us, if you see me somewhere, it's either have clients or the place has called us to check out their place. Ndio maana saizi mimi kwenda kulipa Airbnb inaniumanga or paying for a hotel. Because I know 90% of the time, if I give you clients, you give me either a discounted rate or something. Your demographic, we'll talk about it sometime. But hatuna, mnaonanga ni kama tunacheza na dollars.
Hatuna madola, my friend.
Euro. So that's pretty much what we'll be doing from now henceforth. So stay tuned. Kuna chai from the bush.
Yes, a lot of chai.
There's more chai coming from the bush.
And also we will be talking about how we feel the industry needs to be, especially people who are getting into the industry, the new entrants. How to get into the industry and just be ethical, because I feel I feel that there's a lot of tourism businesses that are coming up. Like I always say, tourism is one of the low entry.
Yeah, it's an easy entry business.
Easy
It's
entry
a very
business,
easy entry
you
business.
know.
But sustaining the business in the long term, we will, like I'm telling you, we have tea for days.
Yes.
Some of it will be personal, some of it will be from things we've seen happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, especially the easy entry bits, like you don't need a lot. We'll also talk about how tuko na CEO hapa.
Yes.
Tutafanya becoming CEO of a tourism company. The process of getting your company going and all that. Then you'll see it's a very easy entry business, but now staying inside there and sustaining the business
and being ethical
about it.
Yeah.
That's a whole different game. Yeah.
Yes.
So this is the end of the first episode.
Yes.
So from now henceforth, you might see some new faces, but these two faces, anza kuzoea hiyo sauti, because we will be on your screens from now henceforth.
Yes.
We will be bringing you stories from the bush, in the bush, about the bush, and we hope we will get more. We are hoping to create a community of, especially the young guys who appreciate, see a luta too. Like there is more to life, there is more in the universe, and especially inside. Tunanzia hapa mali tuko inside. See, currently we are the both of us are based in Kisumu.
Yes.
So we are starting here, and the community that we are hoping to build is a community that's going to change how you view travel, how you do travel, because also we are both champions for sustainability and the whole shebang about conservation. So yeah, thank you for tuning in. This has been a long way coming. We started thinking about this thing, I don't know, like 2 years ago.
Yes.
But sasa imetoka kwa WhatsApp group.
Finally it's happening.
Yeah, we hope you guys had a nice one.
Please support us.
Yes.
Unaweza gonga like hapo. You can share with your team, your friends, your family and everything. And thank you so much.
See you on the next one.
Adios. It's a wrap, man.